a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. TILA TEQUILA. T Win, better known by her stage names TILA TEQUILA, TILA Win, and Miss TILA, is an American television and social media personality. She first gained recognition for her active presence on social networking websites. After becoming the most popular person on Myspace, Tequila was offered to star in her own reality television series. Her bisexual-themed dating show, A Shot at Love with TILA TEQUILA, aired for 2 seasons and became MTV's second highest-rated series premiere of that year. Born in Singapore and raised in Houston, Texas, Tequila moved to Los Angeles in 2001 to pursue her modeling career. After being featured in numerous men's magazines, she made her reality television debut on the VH1 show Surviving Nugent. Besides her career in modeling and television, Tequila also pursued her career as a recording artist and author. She was the lead singer of the bands Beyond Betty Jean and Jealousy, before launching a solo career. Her debut single, I Love You, was released in 2007 to mixed reviews. Despite having strong online sales, the song failed to enter any charts. Tequila followed with several independently released singles, including Stripper Friends and Paralyze. In 2010, she released her second EP, Welcome to the Darkside. Her book, Hooking Up with TILA TEQUILA, A Guide to Love, Fame, Happiness, Success, and Being the Life of the Party, was published in 2008. She was subsequently received negative attention for her support of Adolf Hitler, as well as anti-Semitic and white nationalist comments, which led to her expulsion from Celebrity Big Brother. Early life. Win was born in Singapore, where her family were Vietnamese boat people, who arrived from Vietnam after the Vietnam War. Win has an older brother, Daniel, and older sister, Terry. When she was 1 year old, the family relocated to a neighborhood in Houston, Texas, and were eventually admitted to a gated community run by a strict Buddhist temple. The family left the community when Win was 8. Win was nicknamed TILA TEQUILA by friends due to her apparent allergy to alcohol. In her memoir, she would later explain that she felt confused and lost from various personal, family and environmental issues. She turned to writing poems in an attempt to release powerful emotions, and friends outside the gang briefly helped turn her life around. At age 16, Win ran away to Queens, New York City, for several months. While still 16, she experienced a drive-by shooting in Houston. She reports having become pregnant and suffering a miscarriage the following year. Win graduated from Alief Hastings High School in 2000. She had cited her violent adolescence in Texas as her reason for becoming a model and moving to California in 2001. In a March 2003 interview, she revealed that she has taken some college classes but does not have a degree, stating, "I didn't want to go to college for an actual degree, because there's nothing out there I like besides doing something that involves the entertainment industry." 2001-2005, modeling career, Beyond Betty Jean and Myspace. Nguyen's career began at the age of 19 when she was discovered at the Sharpstown Mall by a Playboy scout and was offered a chance to model nude for the magazine. She did a test shoot, then eventually moved to Southern California and was featured as Playboy's Cyber Girl of the Week on April 22, 2002, and soon thereafter she became the first Asian Cyber Girl of the Month. A few more pictorials for the magazine followed. At age 20, Win acted on her interest in rock music and started looking for bands willing to let her join. She eventually assembled a band called Beyond Betty Jean, for which she was singer and songwriter. Beyond Betty Jean eventually broke up and Win started working in recording studios to sharpen her vocal skills and wrote music. Later, she became the lead singer of a band called Jealousy, which released a few songs online before breaking up. In 2003, Win was a contestant on VH1's Surviving Nugent, a reality TV show where participants performed compromising tasks and stunts. For rock star Ted Nugent, Win gained further popularity through the import racing scene. She has been featured on the cover of Import Tuner magazine, at car shows such as Hot Import Nights, and in the video game Street Racing Syndicate. Win joined Myspace in the fall of 2003 after getting booted off of Friendster multiple times. Time magazine In a 2006 profile of Win noted her impact on the platform, stating, "Pre-TILA, your MySpace friends were mostly people you actually knew. Post-TILA, the biggest game on the site became who has the most friends, period, whoever they might be." Also calling her the queen of the site. 2006, 2009, solo career, and a shot at love. During the first season of Fuse TV's dance show, Pants Off Dance Off, on which a group of contestants stripped to music videos, Win was the most frequent host. In April 2006, during the taping of an interview with MTV's Total Request Live VJs, will.i.am announced that Win had been signed to the will.i.am Music Group, a record label under A&M Records. Despite this major label signing, Win independently released her first single, I Love You, through iTunes on February 27, 2007, justifying the independent release through her desire to become famous by herself. She also shot a music video for the song. In March 2007, Washington-based record label The Saturday Team released an EP called Sex, by TILA TEQUILA. On July 27, 2007, Italian website Music Blog reported that the Saturday Team and distributor Icon Music Entertainment Services sued Win over breaching her contract related to the album. However, Win claimed in a MySpace bulletin that the EP was not authorized for release by her, and was removed from most retailers. The Saturday Team won a legal case, making Sex available for digital purchase. Win made an appearance as one of the 12 strangers in the first game on April 6, 2007 episode of NBC's game show Identity. On March 4, 2007, she made a cameo appearance on the show, The War at Home. She also appeared as a Hooters girl in the 2007 film I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. In May 2007, Win began filming for a reality show which first aired on MTV on October 9, 2007, as A Shot at Love with TILA TEQUILA. The program was a bisexual-themed dating show where 16 straight men and 16 lesbian women competed for Guine's affections. The twist being that the contestants were not aware of her bisexuality until the end of the first episode. The 10-episode series was produced by Sally Ansel Snow and MTV. The show led to a heated online debate between Win and conservative Christians after an article appeared on the Christian Post on September 13, 2007. After seeing the article, Win wrote an impassioned response in her blog on September 28, 2007, criticizing churches for bashing the gay community while thanking God for saving her life. The show premiered for a second season in April 2008 and became a popular gossip subject in Asian media, such as Asian Week. The season finale premiered July 8, 2008, the winner being Christy Morgan, who declined her shot at love. On October 9, 2007, Win released her second official single, Stripper Friends. A video premiered via Yahoo Music on February 26, 2008 and was released to iTunes on March 4, 2008. The single failed to chart. In April 2008, the single, Paralyze, and its accompanying music video were released via Yahoo Music and iTunes. The I Love You Remixes EP was released to digital music retailers on April 7, 2009. On December 2, 2008, Win released a self-help book, Hooking Up with TILA TEQUILA, a guide to love, fame, happiness, success, and being the life of the party. 2010-2014, Welcome to the Darkside and Hiatus. By 2010, TEQUILA decided to reinvent her image and changed her stage name to Miss TILA. Her first single released under the new moniker was I Fucked the DJ, along with an edited version entitled I Love My DJ, released under her newly established label Little Miss Trendsetter. The single received negative reviews and failed to be successful in charts. In May, she launched her celebrity gossip blog, MissThailand.com, and the EP, Welcome to the Darkside, which marked a musical departure from her previous material. Influenced by classical music and artists such as Nina Simone and Billie Holiday, Welcome to the Darkside received more positive reviews. However, it did not manage to gain commercial success. TEQUILA began a tour supporting the new EP, and at one of her tour stops in August 2010, she appeared at the Gathering of the Juggalos, a music festival founded by hip-hop duo Insane Clown Posse. She was repeatedly pelted with rocks and bottles among other objects, and she vowed to take legal action against the organizers and promoters for the event. 2015 present, celebrity Big Brother and return to music. In May 2015, it was announced that TEQUILA was working on new music. In June, she posted a snippet of the song, Drunk Dialing, on her Instagram, and wrote it would be released in the summer. In August, TEQUILA became one of the contestants on the 16th season of Channel 5 reality series Celebrity Big Brother. However, she was ejected from the house after just one day, due to many viewer complaints of her controversial statements made in 2013, when she posted anti-Semitic comments and praised German dictator Adolf Hitler on Facebook. TEQUILA posted a snippet of Drunk Dialing again in September and confirmed it would be released by the end of October along with a music video. In November, TEQUILA and her management confirmed the single would be released on December 4. TEQUILA also announced her own line of e-liquids for vaporizers in collaboration with Blaze Vapors. Online business. In July 2001, Wynn started the website TILATEQUILA.com, which later began redirecting to MissTila.com. Originally the site featured information, quotes, blog, and pictorials requiring adult verification and a monthly fee. Later, the site was revamped to feature all ages content and information to promote her career, business ventures, personal information, and a premium membership section including videos, non-nude picture galleries, blogs, and chat sessions. In 2008 the site was transformed into a social network. During 2005, Wynn launched TILAFashion.com, a site featuring her custom line of clothing for men and women. In 2006, Wynn created another website, TILAZone.com, which features content to use on Myspace and other social networking websites including layouts, widgets, and clip art. In December 2009, Wynn partnered with Joe Francis to launch the now-defunct dating website TILASHotspotDating.com, aimed at people ages 18 and up. The site included a free membership with basic access, and paid membership for other areas of the site. Wynn took in webcam chats on the site. In 2010, Wynn launched a celebrity blog site, MissTila.com, which was transformed into her personal blog in 2012. Public image. Wynn was featured on the cover of the April 2006 issue of Stuff magazine. In the interview, she claimed that her nickname, Tila Tequila, came about when she experimented with alcohol at the age of 13. She appeared on the August 2006 Maxim UK cover, was named 8 in their Hot 100 list, and also appeared in the December 2007 issue. She was ranked 00 on the Maxim Hot 100 list in 2008. Wynn has been featured on the front page of magazines such as Penthouse, King, Blender, and most recently Stepping Out. Support for Hitler and antisemitism. In December 2013, Wynn caused controversy by posting an article on her website titled, Why I Sympathize with Hitler, Part 1. Although she stated that her views on Hitler were not derived from antisemitism on her part, nor any feelings toward Jewish people, she also posted pro-Hitler and anti-Semitic comments on her Facebook page, as well as photos of herself as a scantily clad Nazi posing in front of a photo of the Auschwitz concentration camp. These actions angered her Facebook followers, and resulted in Facebook closing her account and removing the material in question. In August 2015, Tequila became a contestant in the 16th series of British television reality show Celebrity Big Brother, but was asked to leave the program on its second day when producers became aware of her comments and photos. She subsequently apologized for her earlier comments, blaming them on depression and drug addiction. On May 6, 2016, Wynn tweeted that Jewish American political commentator Ben Shapiro should be gassed and sent back to Israel, and later posted that, there are only two things in this world, for which I would gladly sacrifice my own life: the destruction of all Jews, and preservation of the white race, and, you know what will help Asians earn respect? An Asian version of Adolf Hitler. I want that person to be me. I want to save the world from this Zionist disease. In June 2016, TILA TEQUILA accused Sarah Silverman and the Jews of killing Jesus before saying the comedian was next on a celebrity sacrifice list. On November 19, 2016, she attended an alt-right National Policy Institute meeting celebrating the election of Donald Trump, organized by white nationalist Richard B. Spencer, and posted photos on social media of herself doing a Nazi salute. One was posted to Twitter with the text, "Psych, sick, heal," and a raised hand emoji. As of November 22, 2016, her account has been suspended by Twitter. Consequently, she joined Gab. Personal life. By the end of 2007, Tequila was linked to the winner of her dating show A Shot at Love with TILA TEQUILA, Bobby Banhart. In January 2008 she revealed that she and Banhart had ended their relationship. Shortly afterwards, Banhart posted a message on his Myspace stating he had never dated Tequila and that she never called him after the last show, and no one would give him her number. Tequila later came out as a lesbian rather than a bisexual and stated that she wanted to pick the show's runner-up Danny Campbell, but the producers made her pick Banhart. On September 6, 2009, Tequila was allegedly choked and restrained by former boyfriend Sean Merriman, who was later arrested. San Diego District Attorney Bonnie Damanis decided not to charge Merriman after her office spent 3 days reviewing reports from the San Diego County Sheriff's Department. On November 17, 2009, Tequila sued Merriman for $1.5 million. Several weeks later, Merriman countersued, alleging intentional interference with contract, unfair competition, and trademark infringement. She declined to respond to his more recent actions, and a default judgment was entered in his favor for $2 million. On December 9, 2009, Tequila stated she was engaged to heiress Casey Johnson and was photographed with a diamond ring. Johnson died on January 4, 2010 of complications resulting from diabetes. Tequila announced plans to seek legal custody of Casey Johnson's adopted daughter, Ava Monroe Johnson, who was under the legal custody of Johnson's mother. On March 7, 2012, it was reported that Tequila had agreed to check into rehab after having reportedly almost died from an attempted suicide by overdosing on pills. The incident caused her to be hospitalized from a brain aneurysm. Tequila completed her rehab treatment on April 5, 2012. Tequila began dating musician Thomas Paxton Whitaker in 2013, which ended due to Whitaker's financial problems. On April 18, 2014, Tequila confirmed her pregnancy on her Facebook page. Tequila gave birth to her daughter Isabella Monroe on November 16, 2014. Tequila has expressed her belief that the Earth is not a sphere, but is in fact flat. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?